Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright because it's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. Yes, over the past weekend we saw many very interesting looking skin submissions appearing on the workshop, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at each and every single one of them because we're on the hunt to identify any continuations of collections. We're looking at this with the financial perspective, right? We're intending to identify continuations of collections because what tends to happen is if those skins were to be accepted in future Rust stores, we tend to see the pre-existing skins from the same collection spiking in demand and spiking in price. Therefore, you might have the intuition to consider investing into those skins because, you know, if we do see that continuation being accepted, you potentially might walk away with some delicious looking profit. Now, what we're going to use is scmm.app to help us, you know, kind of visualize if everything's going to be all right in terms of investing into those skins or not. I'll try my best to help you out, but this should be very helpful. So before we get started, some of you are probably wondering, well, what's that, a followed authors list? How come you see all of these skins nicely presented to you like this? Well, if you're interested, if you were to look right now in the top right corner of this video, you'll see a card appear. If you were to click that card, it'll navigate you to a specially prepared video in which you can learn how to set up your own followed authors list. There's many different options on how you can do it, but consider watching that special video and yeah, you can get yourself set up like I am. Sounds good? Wonderful. Now, before we start talking about all the newest skins, we should quickly just point out TGG has produced another top picks list. And if you are in the know, usually by default, all the skins that are likely going to be accepted in the next Rust store usually appear from these top picks lists. So consider going through all of it, get a good look. Yes, we've had some early picks recently. We've been quite heavy on early picks as of recent, but yeah, don't be too surprised by that. Sometimes we see a lot of early picks. Sometimes we see a lot of, typical picks, like with what we see here from this list. And sometimes we even see quite a lot of late picks. So yeah, consider going through all of this, identify all the continuations, and maybe we'll see some of these skins being accepted in the next Rust store this week. So very nice. And also don't forget, please consider watching their newest video, get a good look at all of those skins in game, and yeah, consider doing that if you can. So yeah, consider watching the video. But for now, we're now going to be talking about all of these new skins. Yes, as you can see here, I have prepared 92 skins. Wait, hang on a minute, isn't there more now? 95, yeah, a few more skins just literally appeared right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go take a look at each and every single one of those new submissions. And of course, as I said, with a financial perspective, we're in the hunt to identify any continuations of collections. We're in the hunt to identify any potential investments to make. Yes. So we'll get started. We're going to be talking about the deployables first, and after that, tools and weapons, and after that, armor and clothing. Shall we get started? Let's start talking about deployables. We have a couple interesting rug skins right here. We have Damaged Tiles rug made by Kosem. Now, just get a good look at this. Yep. It's a bit dingy. It's a bit creepy, but you know what? It might be a cool aesthetic that some people might want to set up in their base. Cover your entire base like this. Well, scary looking hostel or something. Oh yeah, that scary movie. I'm remembering it now. So yeah, cool idea there, Cosim. Let's see if it works out. And if you happen to like this, please consider voting yes or no. If you really do like it, maybe even consider offering a nice comment. If you don't happen to like it, please consider offering some nice feedback. Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. And yeah, loads of very nice words there. It keeps them motivated. It keeps them wanting to make more creative ideas for skins. Sounds good? Let's proceed. And then we have a darts rug. Look, listen. Imagine if we could actually have darts, Now, I think the little toy darts here are actually like part of the skin. It is. Oh, it is. It is. Oh, that's cute. Okay, then. Maybe we could have had a version without it. And maybe at some point in the future, Face Punch could actually add, like, darts, maybe. That could actually be a very stupid weapon. Or maybe you could, like, load darts into a nail gun and then, look, Face Punch, I'm giving you ideas here. I'm just saying. Anyway. Papa Carl, goofy idea, but let's see if that works out. Gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and please even consider offering a nice comment. And don't forget, you see this entire list here, all of these skins. Whilst we're talking about all of these skins, if you were to look at the description right now, you'll see the link to this whole collection is readily available for you to take a look at. You could go through all these skins yourself. You could vote yes or no if you happen to like them or not. Yeah, please consider doing that. So let's now move on to talking about the likes of sleeping bags and furnaces. I would have said like more, but I think we got enough here. I accidentally clicked Wildcats thing there. Right, so we have a birch sleeping bag made by WAGAN and Ike Finier, and I'll be honest with you, looks pretty cozy. I'm not sure if A sleeping bag made out of birch is going to be very... you might get a lot of splinters, actually. You know, the more I think about it, the more painful it kind of sounds. So if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for WAGN's and Eichfinier's birch sleeping bag. Next up, we have the Neanderthal sleeping stone. It's not a bag, it's a stone. Oh yes, I love sleeping on stones. Well, you know what? Goofy idea. Perfectly fine for what it is. Do you like what you see here? Would you like to pretend you're a caveman? Do you need the right type of deployables for your base to help fulfill that desire? Please consider voting for Mr. Zink's Neanderthal Sleeping Stone sleeping bag. A perfectly goofy... Right, moving on. We have even more goofy stuff. We have Monkey Furnace. So, not too long ago we had a Pug Furnace. Well... Do you like monkeys? Also, yeah, good look at that. Yeah, at night, yeah, when it's all dark, the monkey stares. He stares at your very soul. So yeah, if you want the goofy monkey furnace, please consider voting yes or no for the monkey furnace. Best of luck to you, Mr. Multiname and Mr. Marco. Then we have. It's just looking at the sky. Oh, Mr. Keke, we really need to put a stop to you. All right, so yes, it's the Goose Furnace. We had the Silly Goose Tools last week. Now we've got the Silly Goose Furnace now. What other goofy, silly ideas could he make with goose-themed skins? What would you suggest? Feel free to add a comment if you want. So yeah, if you happen to like the Goose Furnace, please consider voting yes or no. Moving on, we have the Moon Furnace. Right, this is made by Kelmo Legend. Get a good look at this. Now, it kind of looks like a face that's screaming at you. Oh! But yep, it's perfectly moony, I guess you could say. It looks like the moon. It's the moon surface. So yeah, if you happen to be a fan of the moon, well, consider voting yes or no for the likes of the Moon Furnace. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kelmo Legend. And then we have the Dragon Tower Furnace made by Wirecat. Did you make that very cool looking furnace the previous week? No, someone else did. Right, so do you remember last week when we saw that very cool looking furnace where like it was breathing fire and spewing into like the open hole bit here? That looked cool. Well, we've got a different type of dragon design here, and yeah, it's like as if all the lava's flowing out of it and whatnot. Get a good look at that. So that's what it looks like without being turned on. And this is what it looks like being turned on. No, that's just in good lighting. That's just in good lighting. So when you turn it on, it kind of stands out like that. And yeah, it doesn't look like the face really lights up much. Do we have a good nighttime pic? Right, so that's what it looks like from the front. And yeah, it's just basically all the lava. Dragon eyes seem to light up a fair bit. But yeah, it is what it is. You get the idea. So if you happen to be a fan of what you see right here, please consider voting yes or no for Wirecat's Dragon Tower Furnace. Right, that was all of the... furnace skins there, but now we've got some interesting looking deployable continuations. Sorry, tongue fell out. Fine nailed little box. Now this isn't a continuation, but made by Slitra. Get a good look at this. A very grounded type of design. Maybe you don't want extra goofy skins. Maybe you just want something that looks a whole lot more realistic. You know, maybe even DIY. So yep, looks like a perfectly well crafted small box skin right here. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for Slitra's fine nailed little box. Very nice. So you know how I said if you don't happen to be a fan of Goofy? Well, more Pug skins. Yes, this is a continuation of a deployable collection. It's the first continuation that we're going to be talking about. So let's now hop over to the likes of the scmm.app website and let's look at the Pug collection. So far we only have two skins, the Rock and the Furnace. Last week we did see the Sheet Metal Door being submitted. Wasn't accepted as an early pick, but I'm still sticking by my point. The more, skins that we see being made and accepted, all the better for these two skins. Now, in the grand scheme of things, the amount of sales that this Pug Furnace had, it's ridiculously low, based on the goofiness of this skin. Same applies to the likes of that Pug Rock. We saw Rock skins selling over 30,000 sales earlier this year during the summer. This only did just over 16,000. That seems ridiculous. So I stuck with my point. If this does turn out to be a fairly well fleshed out collection, these are definitely going to get a lot of demand. And well, when things are a whole lot better, I wouldn't be surprised if by default they still go up in price very nicely. There's only 44 of these on the Steam market and only 77 of these on the Steam market. Things are looking pretty alright for these two. But, with more continuations, all the better for it. So, yes, you probably could look at these two skins as a potential investment, even by default. right, even by default. So we'll leave it at that. Let's get a much better look at this Pug box. Get a good look at that. He's got this goofy little face, but you know, that's just Pug dogs in general. So yep, there's all of the skins with the rock, the door, the furnace, and all of these little baby small boxes there. If you happen to be a fan of this set, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Ideal. Right. And next up, we have Frog Cosplay. Yes, Frog Cosplay has returned. It looks like Mr. Milho Frito is taking a break from his... I'm sorry if I'm still pronouncing that incorrectly. It looks like he's taking a break from his chameleon collection, and he decided, you know what, I'll go make another Frog Cosplay skin. Now, it wasn't too long ago that he made the rug skin exactly like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see some doors being made or something. Now, for what it is, it's very goofy, it's cute, it's silly, but all that the only things that we currently have from this collection is clothing, which we can see right now. Actually, no, clothing and armour. There you go, tier 2, and hoodie and pants. We never did get that tier 3 armour. Anyway, so if that were to be accepted, would it cause all of this to spike in demand and spike in price? I don't think so, no. What would mainly help out the core pieces is if the tier 3 ever got accepted, which unfortunately it didn't. And for this primitive stuff, well, if we saw more primitive stuff being accepted, that would have helped that out. But a deployable skin, I just don't really see anything happening to help the likes of all this out. So I'm going to stay away from that for now. That's my answer. But, you know, in general, if you happen to like this set and if you'd like to see more of it, please consider voting yes or no. And just to verify, it does not look like it glows in the dark. It does not look like it glows in the dark. There's no confirmation of that, but yeah, just wanted to point that out to you. Cool. Best of luck to you, Mr. Miliafito. Right, let's now take a look at these wooden doors and these sheet metal doors. And yeah, that'll probably be enough. We've got a lot of door skins here. And we do have a continuation right there as well. So, here is the Inheritance wooden door made by Mr. Mercy. Get a good look at this. Very nice. It's like a big shield on the door. Is that like a Celtic type of design? I'm not 100% sure. But yep, get a good look at that. Glows in the dark. Very nice. Very cool. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for the Inheritance wooden door made by Mercy. Get a good look at that. And now let's move on. Right, here's the Sequential Moon. I said it too quickly. Sequential Moon wooden door made by Lottie and Lottie Jr. Get a good look at that. Yes, I mean, we don't have too much to look at. But yep, that's the front, that's the back. If you happen to like this type of design, please consider voting yes or no for this wooden door skin. Best of luck to you too, and best of luck with this. Now we're moving... Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. It's not even Halloween yet. It's not even Halloween yet, and Sun Art. You're going to creep me out too quickly. But yeah, that looks kind of cool. Fair enough. Like, that's a great bit of art there. That's actually a really cool design. And yeah, glow in the dark. Oh, that just makes it even worse. Worse as in more scary. That means it's better. So, yeah. That's looking pretty cool. I think that's a really cool looking design right there. But I think it probably would have worked out better if it was for Halloween. So, you know, maybe consider incorporating a very similar design for Halloween in, you know, just a few weeks' time. Do you know what? That actually might be for Halloween. All right, we'll talk more about that. No, this was definitely intended to be for this week. This was definitely intended to be for this week. I will talk more about Halloween at the very end because we have a talking point to discuss. But for this, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting for Yat and Sun Art's Hello Sheep Metal Door because don't you want to say hello and let them in? Right, moving on. Red Card Sheet Metal Door made by Ghost. Let's get a good look at this. Let's look at it from the side. Yep, authorised personnel only, I'm sure. So it's a very straightforward type of design. Nothing too crazy, nothing too colourful. If you happen to appreciate a more grounded style approach for a skin, please consider voting yes or no for this red... Sorry, something's just alerted me. Alright, don't worry. So this Red Card Sheet Metal Door. Best of luck to you, Mr. Ghost. So I got alerted there by something. Right. School Locker Sheet Metal Door. This is made by Trigger and GPG. Get a good look at this. It's, it's quite literally a locker. Someone's been scribbling all over it. How very naughty. Graffiti, how very naughty. All of these goofy little stickers all over it. How very naughty. You've got a cute little kitty cat on the handle there. How very cute. So yes, does this glow in the dark? Let's just find out. It doesn't look like it's glowing. No, it doesn't look like it's glowing dark. No mention of it either. So, yep. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for Trigger and GBG's School Locker Sheet Metal Door. Then we have the Moonlight Sheet Metal Door, and this one glows. I believe there's two versions. This is made by Chris or Christina. Yep. the GIF has helped a lot with getting a good visual on that. But let's get a good look at the glow-in-the-dark. And yeah. Do you think that looks cool? Is that something you'd like to see being accepted in a future Rust door? Well, please consider voting yes or no for the Moonlight Sheet Metal door that glows. Now, if I were to just quickly go over to here, this is the non-glowing version. So there's 2 versions that you can pick from. If you happen to be a fan of either, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Chris. And now let's move on. Here is the Emerald Metal door. This is made by Eros. You've been on quite a splurge on the likes of Deployable skins recently, Eros. But can't you make some more cool looking El Diablo Deployables? Come on. But anyway, this is the regular version and this is the glow-in-the-dark version. So get a good look at that. Get a good look at that. Very cool. Very, very cool. So if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for either the regular Emerald Metal door or the glow-in-the-dark Emerald door. Get a good look at that one more time. And now let's move on. This is the Steel Fury Sheet Metal door. This is made by 1RJ and 34633. Get a good look at that. Glows in the dark. Stands out quite nicely. Very nice. Very cool. Reminds me of all of those dragon-themed deployables that we had quite some time at Dragonhorn and Toxic Dragon and whatnot. Well, this is their own thing, so don't worry, because that collection's made by... God, who made that? I can't remember now, isn't it? Well, I'd rather not guess and get it wrong, so I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, if you happen to be a fan of this, the nice, cool, light blue, scary-looking face, I can't speak words anymore, please consider voting yes or no for this Steel Fury Sheet Metal door. And now, we have another continuation to talk about. This is the Berserker's Sheet Metal door. So, Vase and Anushka, quite some time back, they made the Berserker collection. And it did very nicely. Loads of clothing and armour. And then we also got the likes of some interesting weapons here and there. And somewhat recently, we have had quite a surprise return to the Berserker collection. What with the random acceptance of the Berserker cloak. And we had recently the random pick of the SAR skin, even though it was submitted like well over a year ago. That was an odd choice, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, they also made the Porcelain collection, and they were very successful with that earlier this year, didn't they? They got quite a decent amount of acceptances. We kind of hoped there was going to be more. It is what it is, but now they've decided, why don't we go ahead and make some Berserker deployables? So, if you're a fan of what we see here, please consider voting yes or no. It does glow in the dark. And now we need to talk about the Berserker collection. Because would the likes of a deployable skin give this a bit of a boost? And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I don't think it's going to cause all of this to like magically boost in demand and go up in price immediately. But I could definitely see it helping it out in the long term. If we do end up getting like a nice batch of Berserker deployables to add to all of this, I do think the whole collection might get a bit of a nice, interesting looking boost to it. Now, by default, post-Christmas time, I still think this is going to go up in price. I know people do like this set. It is on the downtrend at the moment, but all Rust skins are in a downtrend at the moment. And with CS2's inevitable release potentially tomorrow, it should be tomorrow, things could potentially get even worse. Hooray! Wow! So, with all the skins that we've talked about so far in terms of investments, maybe you want to wait until October and potentially see them go even lower in price. Sorry, I'm just scratching my nose a bit. It's a little bit awkward. But yeah, long term, a sheet metal door definitely would help out the likes of this full collection. Sorry, it's really bugging me. Keeps happening that, doesn't it? Anyway, so I would avoid it. But the sheet metal door, I kind of like it. I like what it's, you know, trying to set up here and whatnot. So if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. And if this does end up getting a whole lot more deployables being accepted after it, all the better for the likes of this sheet metal door. So best of luck to you too. And if you happen to be a fan of it, don't forget, please consider voting yes or no. Right, we've got a few more door skins to go through, and then that'll be all of the deployables. Which one's been your favourite so far? Keep that in mind, we'll ask that in a bit. So yeah, we've just got a few more deployables to go through, and a bit of a talking point for that one, but we'll save that for a bit. So, Brutalist Armoured Door. There was a significant thing that we need to talk about. So, Brutalist, we were talking about that quite a lot last week. Brutalist is now stone, right? It was going to be armoured, but now it's stone. So, yeah. This was a commit that was announced earlier. Shadowfrax even tweeted it earlier as well. So, yeah. Stone, it's now stone. Sorry. It is now stone. Did you hear that enough? It's now stone. I shouldn't have to keep saying that over and over again. So, anyway. This is expected to appear for the October Force wipe. The Brutalist building skin, that is. Sorry. And, of course, with upcoming content, skin creators going to make skins in reference to that upcoming content. So, Mr. Sendox, looks like you're still chasing after your first ever skin to be accepted. Let's just make that HD to give it a much better look. And yeah, there is a fairly decent chance you potentially could see a skin made in reference to the new upcoming content being accepted the week it's introduced, aka October Force Wipe. So that's a consideration. If you happen to like this armoured door, please consider voting yes or no. And yeah, best of luck to you, Mr. Sendox. Right, we also have another skin that's trying to blend in very nicely with the likes of that Brutalist building skin. It is Kua's Shooting Range Armoured Door. So essentially, you can see how it's kind of like nicely like blends in with it. And you know, if you want to test out your gun real quickly before you run out, why not consider shooting your door? For reasons I don't fully understand, I'm going to weaken my base. But no, it shouldn't do too much damage, should it? So anyway, this is also an armoured door. And, you know, bullets is going to take, it's going to take a very long time to knock that down with bullets. So, do you like it? Are you a fan of it? And I believe we have a second version, which also glows in the dark. So, yeah, get a good look at that. The lighting from the top. Yep, very cool. So yes, if you're a fan of this shooting range armoured door, please consider voting yes or no for Kua's door. I literally just said it in front of you. I shouldn't have to keep repeating things. Why do I do this? Hedge is weird. Hedge is weird. We know that by now, don't we? All right, anyway, cool. So best of luck to you, Mr. Kua. Right, Hive Tech Alloy. Get a good look at this. It kind of reminds me of the Dust Garage door that we literally just had. Awkward timing is all I'm going to say, but, you know, it's more in theme with honey and whatnot. It's quite literally a honeycomb, so, yes. Are you a bee enjoyer? Do you love honey? Well, please consider voting yes or no for the Hive Tech Alloy. Hive Tech Alloy Garage door, which glows in the dark, as you can see right here. Best of luck to you, Debski and Fenequela. Let's see how that potentially turns out. Then we have the Deadly Gaze Garage door. Pretty goofy, but it's cool looking urban style. No, I meant to just say graffiti. I don't know what type of places you might go to have a ridiculous amount of graffiti on doors like that, but I guess you could sit there and say it's a pretty cool looking aesthetic. It looks nice. It looks nice. It looked cool. There you go. That's a nice answer to give it. So Jürgen Guster and Raz10B. Ah, cool GIF. Oh, we need more GIFs like that. It go up, it go down. It go up, it go down. Of course, of course. So yes, this glows in the dark. Very cool looking. If you want to have a very cool looking graffiti crazy style Deadly Gaze Garage door, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Get Out Garage door. But I want in, Vladimir, and hello. I'd like to knock on your door and say hello. Can I come in? That's very rude. But yep, clearly you can see it glows in the dark. Get a good look at that. So it's very nicely made. Very DIY style. But people do appreciate this. So it's kind of straightforward. If that's the type of skin that you'd like to see being accepted into a future Rust door, well, please consider voting yes or no for the Get Out Garage door. And yeah, maybe you should get out. Leave. Go on. Moving on, we can talk about the next skin. We have... Oh, I can barely see that. Well, it's the Brutalist... Brutalist Garage door. Brutalist isn't exactly, like, the most impressive type of designs. That's all by design, by the way. Like, this is intended to be that way. Brutalist is not a very lovely-looking architecture. I mean, it's all just basically concrete and dull. But this is basically what it's also trying to achieve. Because, you know, Brutalist isn't going to come with doors. We need skins to go, you know, fill in those voids, the holes, quite literally. So, yes, Mr. FaZe had the idea of, well, if we're going to have the Brutalist building skin coming up soon, why don't I make a skin to, you know, support that? And, well, you know, I'm pretty sure you're going to need some garage doors. Why not consider getting the Brutalist garage door right there? So, best of luck to you, Mr. FaZe, and if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. But that's not the only Brutalist garage door, no. Mr. Duck. Mr. Duck has also supplied his own version. Now, what you can see here is all of, like, the what do you call this again? I was going to call it the wiring, the mesh to keep all the concrete in place and whatnot. I'm sure you understand what I mean. But yeah, it's fairly, you know, worn out. You know, you can see all the stains from the wear and the tear and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, it's not trying to be, like, super in your face. It's supposed to be dull, drab, and a bit disgusting in its own way, you know? But, you know, that's intended. That's the building skin. I hope you enjoy buying it. So yeah, best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. If you happen to be a fan of the brutalist style, well, you're going to need a garage door to go with it. And it also comes in glow-in-the-dark. Yes, Mr. Duck thought ahead and thought, you know what, maybe people are going to want to have a glow-in-the-dark version. So it has a useful little pretend light there to light it up at night time. If you happen to be a fan of this, once again, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Infernal garage door, version 2. So I think we saw that garage door not too long ago. Don't you want to have nice hot piping nacho cheese dripping from your doors? Oh yes. So made by McQuarrie and Chakloon. Go get your Doritos ready. Yes. Not too long ago, we had the Infernal sheet metal door being accepted. It was a very cool looking design. Unfortunately, it went down in price, and half the reason why is because we never saw another skin being accepted in its proposed collection. So let's go take a look at that Infernal door right now. Infernal. Sold for $2.49, and I don't think it's retained that value very well. Nope, it's now selling for $1. That is awkward, but, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. It's not the first skin that they've produced. If we just quickly hop over to here, there's been many. And, well, unfortunately, no box, no garage door, no version 2 box, no furnace. And, well, let's see what happens with this. Could we potentially see an actual continuation of the Infernal sheet metal door? Could we actually see a collection, you know, start up and begin? Well, in regards to that, this could very likely go up in demand and up in price if that were to happen, if we were to see that garage door being accepted. But the amount that have, you know, been put on the likes of third-party sites and on the Steam market, I do worry for it a fair bit. Maybe we see, well, basically the answer is I think we need to see a whole lot more continuations to really see that much of a difference. So I don't really think the sheet metal door purchase is a wise choice. We need to see a whole lot more. So let's see what happens after the potential garage door being accepted. And yeah. So okay, cool. So we have another continuation to talk about. This is the Altar garage door. Now, what do we have in the Rust store at the moment? The Altar large box. So here's a good thing to kind of point out to you. In the recent Rust stores that we've had, we haven't been seeing that many sales. Now, you might point out and say, but what about the grass rug? That did over 30,000 sales. Yep, true, 100%. But honestly, if this Rust store that you see right in front of you, if that came out like in June time this year, I wouldn't have been surprised if like the top 4 skins might have sold 30,000 plus each. It's all about the timing. It's the autumn-fall seasonal dip. There's quite a significant amount of people that have stopped playing Rust at the moment, most likely due to school and college and whatnot, but they're all going to return by December time and whatnot. So yeah, not that many people are spending that much money on skins, and we're not seeing that many sales in skins as of now. But like I said, the lack of sales could easily be a very good positive for the likes of us investors. What's that mean? Well, if we do actually see the likes of an altar. Why do I keep saying altar? I don't know why. I'm weird. You know. So yeah, if this does turn into a deployable collection, all the better to it, because it looked cool and it looks very stand out. The glow-in-the-dark colour scheme is very nice, and I think a lot of people could greatly appreciate this. I happen to like the sculpting. I think that wall looks really cool. Smoothie. I really would consider trying to make a rug out of this, because I think a lot of people would like to put that all around their base and make it all like cool. Anyway, so the main point is, if this keeps getting more skins accepted, the sheer lack of sales on this large box could make it a very nice investment for the future. With more skins being accepted, the bigger the deployable collection becomes, the more investment goes towards the original skins that are accepted, and the higher the price of it goes. So by default, the very cool looking style that this has, I think it's going to be a nice investment by default for the long term, but all the better to it if we see a deployable collection, rise up from this. So things are looking very interesting. If you happen to be a fan of what you see here, please consider voting for Smoothie's Altar garage door. So yeah, cool. Then we have another deployable skin to talk about, and it's another continuation. We have the Outer Planets wooden double door. So it's been a while since we saw an Outer Planet skin. That was Complete the Sets, wasn't it? Made by Mystic Fancy, we have many Outer Planet skins that have been accepted. Oh, no. It wasn't Complete the Sets. No, sorry. That was his other collection. It was Constellations. We haven't seen an Outer Planet skin being accepted since July of 2022. Now, in all fairness, he hasn't really been submitting a lot of them this year. We've had a fridge, and we've had this, basically. So, Could we potentially see the likes of the Outer Planets Deployable Collection getting a nice resurgence, a nice extra skin to appear to, get everybody wanting to jump back into it again? I mean, all the better to it. But like I've said earlier, all skins are suffering at the moment. Yeah, you might sit there and say, but hang on a minute, this isn't a positive, this isn't a positive, all of these are a positive. What do you mean? Well, these were much higher in price earlier this year, for example. Yes, I think a double wooden door would be a very nice addition. Would it instantly boost these to go up in price? No, but would all of these still go up in price post-Christmas time regardless? Yes. So yeah, honestly, I don't think this is going to magically cause all of this to go up in price. It's when everybody returns to play the game. That's when I see progress and whatnot. And yeah, so by default, double wooden door skin, yeah, that's a very nice pickup. We don't see many of these being accepted anymore, do we? So yeah, by default, it would be a nice pickup. So yeah, cool. Personally, I'm going to avoid jumping into these. I mean, I already own a bunch of these skins anyway, so I don't need to buy any more. But for you, I probably wouldn't really go too crazy for it. Plus, all of those other Outer Planet skins are quite expensive anyway, so get a good look at this. If you happen to be a fan, please consider voting yes or no for this glow-in-the-dark Outer Planets wooden double door. Best of luck to you, Mr. Vinci and Mr. Michael. And now, we have another little bit of a talking point here. So, what happened last week? Well, it turns out it had not been 3 months. Basically, we saw a different version of this, two different versions of this last week. We had, let's just go over to here. We had the original one, the one with more transparency, and now we've got a glass window one with a lot less transparency. So by default, this is what we saw originally, and that would have been perfectly fine. But then afterwards, we saw this one with an even bigger window, and then we saw this one over here. I don't fully know which one's the one that's going to get picked. I guess it's still up to the likes of Face Punch to decide. But I'm expecting this, either one of these to be accepted for the next Rust door. We got it wrong last week because we failed to realise it had not yet been 3 months. And what does Hedge mean? TGG is not allowed to have a skin introduced or supplied until 3 months have passed. I believe that's the rule. He's 100% guaranteed to have a skin accepted, but he has to wait 3 months. And, well, if this armoured door came out on June 29th, if it had come out last week, well, it wasn't going to instantly be accepted for this Rust door. We have to wait another week, which will be this week, this next Rust door. So, yeah, don't forget, we very likely could see a skin creator getting their first ever skin being accepted. And that's because that's part of the pattern when we see a Bombshell skin being accepted. So who could it be? Who knows? But this is the newest version. This is the Glass Peaks. And of course, you probably are already well aware of it. This glows in the dark as well. So transparency, and it glows in the dark. Now, you might question, didn't we just literally have a double sheet metal door which glowed in the dark and had see-through transparency as well? Yes, that was given away for free. It's awkward timing, but hey, I'm under the impression we're probably going to have a transparent sheet metal door, get a Bombshell door in the future as well. So, yeah, single one. So, anyway, would the likes of the Bombshell collection go up in demand and up in price? I don't think so. This is awkward. By default, this is suffering quite a lot, but that's mainly due to the fact that it came out during the summer sale when the Steam market was broken and basically all of its builders got destroyed. Very unfortunate. But, in the grand scheme of things, this is still going to be very valuable to quite a decent amount of people. And that double sheet metal door, even better, yeah. It's another transparent door that you can look through. But like I just said, we literally had one being given away for free. I think people are happy with the Penguin one, the Blizzard ID one. But still, that potentially could mean that this doesn't sell that much, and that means in the future it could potentially be a very nice investment with a sheer lack of sales. We shall see. But one of these doors is guaranteed to be accepted. Which one is it going to be? Which one is your favourite? Is it the original one, the second one, or the newest one right here, the third one? Feel free to comment, feel free to say, and why not also mention which was your favourite deployable skin that we saw today? Because yes, that was the final deployable skin that we just saw. Which one was your most favourite? Which one do you reckon has the best chances of being accepted in a future Rust door? No, don't say the Bombshell one. Shut up. So, yep, get a good look at that. Don't forget, in the description right now, you can look and see that the link to this whole collection is right there in front of you. Please consider clicking it. Please consider going through all the skins that we just talked about. Please consider voting yes or no if you happen to like them. Please also consider offering a nice comment if you can. And if you don't happen to like the skin, please consider offering some nice feedback. And with that, we're going to be talking about the likes of weapons and tools in just a second. I just need to take a real quick break. Oh, blimey, that went on forever. Okay. I thought it was quick. I thought it was quick. I'm trying my best to get through everything reasonably. I'm sure you probably understand by now. I kind of only really want to talk about the continuations. I've got to stick with the focus. But even then, there's a lot to talk about. Typical Hedge. But that's why we have the chapters, you know. A lot of people are very likely just going to, you know, skip to certain points, and that's fine, because we're always seeing continuations, aren't we? So, yeah, it is what it is. Right, people, time for weapons and tools. As you can see here, we've got some rocks. We've got a hammer, we've got 2 hammers, we've got a bone knife, a bigger knife, an even bigger knife, and then we've got some tools. So, are you ready? Let's begin. First up, we have this shiny rock made by Scrapin. Oh, it's very shiny. Amethyst, I believe, yes. So, get a good look at that. It's nice and shiny. It's very purpley. Is that your favourite colour? Is this your specific gem? You know how you have, like, horoscopes? Apparently, some people have, like, special gems based on their birthday. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, if you happen to like this, though, you could go ahead and consider voting yes or no. And, well, best of luck to you, Mr. Scropin. So, yeah, very nice, shiny rock. But he has a contender. Gentlemen, brace yourselves. He is bigger. He is better. He is even more worthy to be caressed in your hands. It's Mr. Rock version 2. Oh, get a good look at him. You could go on such many wonderful adventures with them, such as going underwater. Get a good look at that. Or going to the beach. Wow, how amazing. Or maybe you could even consider walking through those creepy, scary-looking abandoned buildings out here, but he's always there to be with you. Maybe you could just sit back and enjoy the sunset with Mr. Rock. There's many potential adventures you could go on with Mr. Rock, and if you happen to be a fan, well, please consider voting yes or no. And soon, you could also have Mr. Rock in your hands as well. Best of luck to you, Mr. Rock. I'm sure I've sold that enough. So yeah, Mr. Rock, let's see if that works out. Right, big Mr. Tomato Hammer. Whack, 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 kill him. Yes, with every splat, ketchup squishes out. Yes, I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, made by Mr. Kavahu. Get a good look at this. We have not had a marketable hammer skin since March of 2022. So if you'd like to see another hammer skin appearing in the likes of our Rust stores, please consider voting yes or no for the likes of this Mr. Tomato hammer. It doesn't seem to glow in the dark. No mention of it. No mention. Although it does not cause damage, it still. Okay, sorry. The grammar is a bit awkward. Moving on. We have the likes of Metal Rod Hammer. I guess this was potentially meant to be in reference to the likes of the Brutalist skin. I don't know. I don't really know. Nothing would really indicate that. But yeah, for both of the hammer skins that we just saw, if you happen to be a fan of either of them, please consider voting yes or no. And maybe, just maybe, we could have another marketable hammer skin appear in a future Rust store. Best of luck to Mr. Ishvik. Right, traffic cone bone knife, made by Mr. JJ. This is another funny one. We have not had a bone knife skin accepted since, what was it? February 2022? So yeah, this is even longer. But, you know, maybe we just didn't have a goofy enough idea to be accepted. Well, you got a traffic cone bone knife right there, and how could you say no? How could you say no? So yes, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for the traffic cone bone knife, and best of luck to you, Mr. JJ. If only you could actually stack them up and, like, you know, put them on along a road or something. That would actually be pretty goofy, but yeah. All right, cool. Moving on, we have an Aztec knife. This is made by Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Well, I think you took a bit of a break, didn't you? Let's just quickly remind ourselves. When was the last skin that you made? That was, it was a couple weeks. Okay, I'm going crazy. I am going crazy, I think. I need help. I need loads of help. I think he did take a bit of a break beforehand. But anyway, get a good look at this. It's a bit worn out and damaged, but hey, a very successful knife probably would look like that. Oh, hang on a minute. It's like obsidian. It's like obsidian. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Right, so if you happen to like this design, please consider voting yes or no for the Aztec knife. And best of luck to you, Mr. Mike. Then we have the defeated salvage sword, Rubstar. Why are you so obsessed with sword skins? You've made a lot this year. I mean, you've had them accepted, so I guess, you know, you can't really go wrong with it. But chill out. Stop making so. I mean, they do look cool. I will give it that. And this one also looks very cool. This is a pretty gnarly looking design. Yeah, get a good look at that. Maybe you want to go wear like full bone armor and whatnot and just like attack people with this big sword. Yeah, that looks really nice. So yeah, another bit of useful transparency right there. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Robstar's defeated Savage Swordskin. Then we have the Hawk Tools. This is made by Shaft and Xenon. Oh, no, okay, so I thought it was GIF, sorry. So, yep, if you look at it a whole lot more closely, you can see how all the metal's kind of like sculpted to look as if it's feathers. That looks pretty cool. That's a pretty interesting approach. And you got a little bit of transparency there for like the feather tips. That's a cool idea. That actually looks really neat. I like that. And then, of course, we also have the likes of the pickaxe. So let's just look at this a little bit closer. And yep, more feathers. Interesting idea. Gentlemen, do you happen to like what you see? Do you like these Hawk Tools? Well, please consider voting yes or no for Shaft and Xenon's very interesting Hawk Tool designs. Best of luck to you two. But what do we have right in front of us? It just so happens to be a continuation. Yes, we have the high quality metal tools. They are a continuation. And we now need to discuss what potentially could happen with the likes of the high quality metal set. So, by default, we're actually waiting to potentially see if the high-quality metal hoodie and pants could be accepted in the next restore. That's the wrong high-quality metal set. Oops. We need the one which has the tier 3 armor. Where's that? Is it this one? It looks like it. Yep, there we go. So, recently we did have the likes of the high-quality metal hoodie and pants being submitted. Let's see if that gets accepted in the next restore. Maybe. We shall see. But it's competing with the likes of Banana hoodie and pants, Abyss hoodie and pants, Sand Rhino hoodie and pants, and technically Ghillie suit hoodie and pants. But yeah, we shall see. But anyway, tools. Would the likes of these tools have a positive impact on all of these skins? And I'm just going to sit here and say, I don't think so. I think a lot of people have gotten scared with this. I think a lot of people are starting to back out from it, because I guess a lot of people don't think we're going to be seeing any new continuations appearing anytime soon. Now, people mainly care about this, the core pieces. This, by default usually has the most impact. Another core piece being accepted usually causes the pre-existing core pieces to go up in demand and up in price very, very nicely. But tools aren't going to have that much of an impact. I just wouldn't really bother that much. So, awkward, but it is what it is. Tools aren't going to change the world, I'm afraid. It is what it is. So best of luck. If you happen to like the high-quality metal tools, please consider voting for Diaz. All right. Now we have some bow skins. And we have some handguns. Sweet, delicious handguns. Right. Oh, and a custom SMG, apparently. Okay, we'll just do that as well. So, this is the Zombo. And okay. No. Not that, I'm afraid. Not that. Something we need to discuss towards the end. I just saw what it was actually intended for. We'll leave that for now. You're confused? Well, skip ahead to the end of this video because I'm going to be talking about Halloween. All right. So, Chemical Burn Bow. We meet again. Chemical Burn Collection. Oasis and Schumer. How are you doing? Now, listen, guys. Listen. Please consider making Chemical Burn armor. All right. I don't think you get the best look at it. The best look of it on the likes of the weapons. It's not exactly a super in-demand collection. You've been successful in getting them accepted. Fair enough. Very cool. And, I'm sure some people do like the design of it. But I really do feel like Chemical Burn would prosper most if it was on if it was like melted down armor, or even like a kind of like chemical burned like hoodie and pants which like has holes in it and whatnot. That would actually look really cool. I've said that many times in the past. The choice is still yours, but I still think that's where it's going to, get the most interest. Anyway, this is a collection that only consists of weapons, and, well, unfortunately, as I said, it's not exactly the most in-demand collection. If we were to see the bowskin being accepted, would this all magically... No, it's not. No. When a collection only consists of weapons, it usually suffers. Unless it stands out super nicely like Redemption or Chameleon. That doesn't stand like Redemption or Chameleon, I'm afraid, so it's awkward, but no, I wouldn't invest into these. But, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for Oasis and Schumer's Chemical Burn Bow. Alright, we got the Scrim Wrapped Crossbow made by Anna Fenn. Get a good look at this. It's all wrapped up in netting. Pretty cool. So, yep, it doesn't have transparency there or anything. And, yeah, that's basically it. So if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Anna Fenn's Scrim Wrapped Crossbow. Then we have the Apache crossbow, and this is a continuation of their Windwalker collection. So they call it Apache in the workshop, but it would be changed to Windwalker. So, So we had the SAR being accepted, and its name was changed to Windwalker. Now, guys, to all the creators that contribute to making these skins, I'm under the impression now that Face Punch probably just isn't that much of a fan of it. So, SMKSS, Marduk, IGWT Menace, I guess it's probably time now to accept that maybe you should consider making a new collection. You did get your SAR being accepted, and that's wonderful, but you've made like another 10 skins, and it's not getting any bites. Face Punch doesn't seem to want it. So if this doesn't get accepted, maybe it's time to make some considerations. But I like the design. I think it looks cool. But yeah, Face Punch, they're the ones who have the decision making, don't they? So chat, YouTube, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. And you might sit there and say, well, you didn't even look at the Windwalker SAR. Well, I mean, I'll look at it, but I'm not thinking another weapon skin's going to magically cause this to go up in price. It's very unfortunate, but yeah, it didn't get a lot of demand. It didn't sell that much. It's not holding its value very nicely. It's less than $1. Things are awkward for it. Yeah, I don't think crossbow is going to magically cause it to go up in price. So it is what it is. Best of luck to you three, but maybe now it's time to consider making a different collection. Right, we have HQM's Eoka Pistol Constructor. Yes, it's the Meccano set. Get a good look at this. Now, I would look at 3D, but it just wouldn't really look that nice. So this is what we got. Get a good look at that. If you happen to be a fan of this Eoka pistol, please consider voting yes or no for HQM. Then we have the yeah, we got ourselves a bit of a goofy set being made here. So last week we saw the likes of that crocodile Eoka. The week before that we had the gooseneck Eoka. Well, this time we got the hippo Eoka. Very goofy, very silly. And what's this little comic? Nice to meet you. I'm Hippo. Wow, wonderful. What a wonderful story that was. Maybe now you want to consider voting yes or no for it. So if you think this is a very silly, goofy idea, please consider voting yes or no for the Hippo Eoka. What else could you suggest? What other animal could you suggest for them to make? Feel free to suggest it in the comments, you know. It's open season. Feel free to say. Right, best of luck to you, Universe Kid. Right, then we have the Hardsuit Eoka. So this is obviously a continuation of a collection. And yes, it's another Shedmon skin. What you saw earlier, well, again, we'll have to talk about Halloween afterwards. But yes, this is the Hardsuit Eoka. Get a good look at this. Yep, very nice, very shiny. Nicely plated down. Okay, so let's go take a look at the likes of the Hardsuit collection. And here we are. Right, so we're still, hoping to see some newer skins being accepted, but it's been quite a while now. The last one was accepted at the very end of April of this year, so that's almost half a year now. We've seen the likes of Hardsuit SAR. I think we had a SAP at one point. There it is. Yeah, L96. The bow, the Eoka. Yeah, it doesn't look like Face Punch is biting on this either, which is a bit awkward. Yeah, a bit awkward. Yep. Shedmon, honestly, mate, I think it's at that point now where we're probably going to have to accept that they don't seem to want any of these weapon skins. It's unfortunate. But let's say if that Eoka was accepted, what could potentially happen to all of this? I don't necessarily think all of this armour and clothing is going to go up in price if this was accepted. What it wants is the tier 2 armour, which it never got. Like 5 times. So, awkward. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't think the Eoka is going to make a massive difference for the likes of all of those skins. So, yeah. Best of luck to you though, Shedmon. If you happen to want another Eoka skin being accepted, please consider voting yes or no for the Hardsuit Eoka. Right, race gun sap made by Drekflad. Do you like Hot Wheels? I mean, race gun, yes. Well, there's definitely no copyright there. Yes, pick it up, use it, enjoy it. It's very nice, it's very colourful, and stands out quite nicely. So yes, if you happen to like this design, if you happen to like, not Hot Wheels, but race gun, well, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Drekflad. Yeah, perfect references. So yeah, if you like it, you know what to do. Right, moving on, we have the likes of the Last Day Python made by Delarai. It is mostly black with a useful, very light green aim sight right there. So let's just get a good look at this in game. Aim down the sight. What do we see? Very useful green aim sight. Yeah, perfecto. So if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for Delarai's Last Day Python. Then we have the return to the Fade collection, and what does that mean? Well, early this year, Sir Q wanted to make some very kind of nicely standing out, very cool, colourful designs on some weapon skins. Now, unfortunately, none of them were accepted, but he's returned to it, and he wants to see if he can get his custom SMG being accepted. Now, I believe this is actually a version 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a version 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see version 2s of all of those other skins. But yep, he's still trying. He's trying to see if he could turn this into a collection. I think it looks cool. But, you know, it's Face Punch who makes the decisions. So that's a little bit awkward, but it is what it is. So if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and we'll see what happens with this. So, yep, best of luck to you, Mr. Sir Q. Alright, this is a continuation of a collection. It's the return of the Arctic Skull collection. Alright, so we've got a reasonable amount of gifts here to just get a good look at it and see how it looks in-game. Let's reload that custom SMG. Very nice, very cool. And let's now start talking about the Arctic Skull collection. Right then, so if we were to see this custom SMG being accepted when this collection only consists of weapon skins, would any of these go up in price? No. No. It's a weapon-only collection, unfortunately. And as you can see here, it doesn't seem to be holding up very nicely. It doesn't seem to be very in demand. So a custom SMG, no, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. It very likely might end up like these two skins, down to about 50%. Awkward, but it is what it is. Yeah, there's no other way of saying it. We basically pointed this out many times already today. If the skin collection only consists of weapons and tools, usually it most likely suffers, unless it looks like Redemption or Chameleon. So either way, if you happen to like this goofy little custom SMG, please consider voting yes or no for it, and best of luck to you, Alloy and Hook. And please don't forget, Face Punch, you need to skip them. Yes, skip them. Well, they're asking for it. Right, moving on, we have to take a look at the likes of more SMG skins. Well, more specifically, the likes of MP5s and Thompsons. Then we have some SARs. And you know what? We could probably go all the way through the AKs as well. Actually, there's a lot more of them. Okay, let's just leave that for now. So, first up, we have the likes of the Imprint of Death MP5 made by Hermit. Let's get a good look at this. Yep, very nice. It's, it's like it's... Is it flour? Were you baking a cake and you accidentally just like made it go everywhere and trying to wipe it off with your hand? I'm joking. Yeah, it's looking like it's dust or something. Maybe sand. I'm not fully sure. You're always welcome to add a description, Mr. Hermit, to help people understand with what you're creating. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I kind of would like to understand what the envision of this skin is. Like what's the story behind what we see here and whatnot. The choice is yours. But anyway, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Hermit. Then we have the Treasure of the Abyss version 2. Yes, Mr. Bestaz has returned to this. Hopefully, we could potentially see you being the one who gets your first ever acceptance this week, maybe, Mr. Bestaz, maybe, but there's many other contenders, many other skin creators out there chasing, hoping to see their first ever acceptance. But with a Bombshell skin being accepted, usually during the same Rust Door, as I said, we tend to see a skin creator getting their first ever acceptance. So, if you happen to like what you see here, there's Treasure of the Abyss version 2 MP5, well, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Bestaz. Then we have the Concentric Metal MP5 version 2 made by Mr. Confusion. This is a continuation of the Concentric set. Yep, get a good look at that. Alright, Concentric set. Let's start talking about you. So we have the AK-47 being accepted. We have the Tier 2 armour being accepted. Let's go take a look and see how that's holding up. Not exactly super great. Oh, damn. But yeah. Would the likes of an MP5 make a massive, huge difference? No. Unfortunately, an MP5 isn't what we're kind of looking for. Now, if we saw the likes of that Tier 3 armour or the Hoodie and pants being accepted, yeah, I would see a positive interest, positive difference, but I don't think an MP5 is going to be capable of doing anything like that. It's awkward, but it is what it is. I'm very straight to the point with this, but I just know, like, an MP5 is not going to make that much of a difference. However, you could potentially make a difference. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for the Concentric Metal MP5 version 2. Best of luck to you, Mr. Confusion. Right, now we have the Stellar Midnight Thompson made by Nebula. I'm pretty sure that's how it's meant to be pronounced. I kept calling you Nixbler, but then I realised, mate, hang on a minute, maybe you're just trying to be goofy with your name. So, what do we see here? Aim down the sight. It's a nice red aim sight right there. It's a very cool, colourful style. I like it. It's not super crazy in terms of colourful, but it's like a starry sky. Starry night sky and whatnot. So yeah. If you happen to like this design, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Nebula. Right, now we have the Shrub Camo Sar made by Lysant and Golden Dreamer, or G Dreamer. I mean, I know what your original name was. But yep, get a good look at this. So, Shrub Camo Sar, it's nice, it's green, and maybe it's good for camouflage. Maybe this is the Sar you need to use with likes of your Forest Raider set. Yep, I'm sure you own the $200 set, all of the skins. Yeah, I'm sure you do. But yeah, get a good look at that. If you happen to like it, please consider voting yes or no. And then we have the Radar Sar version 2. This is made by Anubis Dunk. Wow, we got GIFs and it's moving left and right and left and right. I'm getting motion sick. Hooray! So yep, get a good look at the sides. Pretty interesting looking DIY style of design here. If that's what you like, well, I think you might want to consider voting yes or no for it maybe. Aim down the sight, what do we see? It looks like it's a normal grey aim sight, yep. Now, does this glow in the dark? Doesn't have glowing parts. Okay, perfect. So, yes, if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for Anubis Dunk's Radar Sar. Then we have the Snakebite Sar. This is made by Zolodno. Zolodno, is your name pronounced Zolodno or Holodno? I don't know. All right, thought it'd be nice to ask. But you've got a pretty cool looking design there of this rattlesnake. And yes, aim down the sight. What do we see right there? A useful red aim sight right there. You got the snake staring at you. Pretty cool. And then, yep, slowly move it around. So yeah, do you like this type of design? Is this the type of skin that you'd like to see for a Sar? Well, please consider voting yes or no for the Snakebite Sar. Best of luck to you, Mr. Zolodno. I've already called you. I've always called you Zolodno, so I'd rather you tell me if I'm wrong. Sorry. Right, LR300 Explorer. This is made by Danielson. Let's get a good look at this. Aim down the sight. What do we see? It's a useful white rim with a bit of a gold tip right there. Very nice, very cool. But let's get a good look at the side. And wow, it's quite snazzy. It's quite shiny. It's very nicely presented. The Explorer. Oh, hang on a minute. Is this supposed to be like a spaceship? Ah, yes. What's the gold foil all about? It's the insulation on the inside. Ha 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 ha. I get it. I've uncovered it. Yes, you should have had like a description explaining that. I might be wrong. I've come up with a story in my head. Yes, hey, thumbs up. So yeah, if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no for this Explorer LR300. And yes, maybe, just maybe, that might be accepted. So yep, best of luck to you, Mr. Danielson. Let's now move on. We have quite a lot of AK-47s to take a look at. Yes, we do. All right. So, we have 1SQ's Diamond AR. That GIF is not... These GIFs are not moving nicely, are they? Oh dear. It's just too shiny. It's too much memory. My webpage can't, it can't deal with it. Oh dear, oh dear. So, mine diamonds. Aim down the sight. What do I see? I don't really see anything. It looks like it's basically grey, along with all of these other bits. So, alright, cool. It's always best to have a proper aim down the sight, picture. If this was supposed to be helpful, it's not very... Oh, it moves nicely now. Okay, so... Okay, that's cool. But do we aim down the sight at all? This is kind of taken forever. If I were to do this, would it appear a whole lot faster? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Now it moves a whole lot better. Still a bit laggy. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, it's kind of shiny. Wow. Did it just die? Okay, look, this page is kind of ruining me. I don't know why. I've got perfectly tons of RAM. You got to chill out, Mr. 1SQ. There's too many GIFs. It's too much shine. So yeah, if you're a fan of this, if you want to blind some people, please consider voting yes or no for the Diamond AR. Then we have the Lullaby AK-47. Let's just get a very good look at this. Yes. So this is Stappage's continuation of his set that he hasn't yet had an acceptance for. He had clothing and armour that he produced. It wasn't accepted. A little bit awkward. But now he's made a Lullaby AK-47. Get a good look at that. Yes. Alright, perfect. So, if you happen to like this Lullaby AK-47, please consider voting yes or no, and we shall see what happens with that next. Alright. So, what do we have here? The Camouflage AK-47. This is made by SMN. Get a good look at that. Nothing too crazy, nothing too, super colourful, but, it's looking to be camouflaged, and it doesn't want to stand out so much. It wants to be nice and discreet. Aim down on the sight, well, what do we see? It's a perfectly normal aim sight. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say, so if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. SMN. Then we have the Tund modular AK-47 made by Epic. Let's get a good look at this. And that's quite a lot of decent looking style to it. Right. So, do you like what you see? Nothing too crazy, nothing too in your face, but it's perfectly fine for what it is. So if you happen to like this style, if you happen to like this approach, please consider voting yes or no for Epic's Tund. Did you mean to say tuned? Is that what you meant to say? Because that says Tund. I think you meant to say tuned, AK-47. Regardless, best of luck to you. Then we have the melted cheese. Oh god, what the hell? What am I looking at? What's become of us? What's become of us? Right, so, yeah. What's become of us? It's the melted cheese AR. Well, don't put cheese on your AK, then it won't melt on top of it. Say chains. You know what? You do you. You do whatever you damn well. He put his AK next to the Infernal garage door. Ha ha ha! Well, if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. It doesn't look like it's got a very special aim sight. Nah, okay. So, yeah, if you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Right then we have the Imp AK-47. This is made by Jessin. Oh, hang on a minute. Is this a continuation? I think it is. Did you make the Imp sight? Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I didn't know. It what? Oh, and this is one of the most expensive SARs. Why? Well, if you aim down the sight, you've got a little bit more that you can see. Wow. Okay then. So yeah, this is like $40, and if we just kind of aim down the sight here. We aim down the sight? Are we going to aim down the sight? Bear in mind, this was like accepted back in 2019. So, oh, there we go. Perfect. And yeah, apparently just being able to see a little bit more means it's worth a whole lot more. $40 to be precise. So you know what? Let's go take a look at the AK. Let's get a much better look at you because, yeah, hang on a minute. Does that mean we see a cleaned up vision for this? What do you think? So, yeah, okay, this is actually a continuation. I don't think the SAR's going to magically go up in price with the likes of that. It's already super valuable based on other reasons. So, yeah. This is a bit of a surprise, but you know what? We did see the random continuation of the Panther AK-47 not too long ago. That turned into the Panther collection, so maybe this turns into the Imp collection. We shall see. So, if you happen to like Jessin's SAR, why not consider voting yes or no for the Imp AK-47? So, yep. Cool. All right, that's fine, because, you know, we do have the likes of this construction site AK-47 to talk about as well, which is definitely 100% a continuation of a skin that's already been accepted. So Dark Schneider and Zed Skipper, early this year, they got their construction site bow being accepted. Got a very nice bit of transparency there. Well, on this skin, we have some transparency on the handle, which I guess isn't really... I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, is it? However, if you like the very, tattered type of design, you know, this has been used very heavily over the course of the past few years, and you know, it's constantly being used, constantly on the work sites and whatnot. You get the idea, you know what I'm talking about. There's a very cool looking texture style to it, but I'm pretty sure everybody prefers to have super flashy and super shiny. Well, you know, I don't think we see many orange AK-47s being accepted, so maybe this could be a pretty interesting pickup for all of you. Other than that, if you are a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no, and don't forget, please also consider offering a nice comment. So, construction bow. Let's go get a good look at this. Would the likes of this bow go up in price? Well, it's the only skin of this collection, and it's a weapon skin, and it turns out I own 38 of them, so, well, it turns out I'm a fan. I very likely probably bought them for much less than $1, so don't worry. I don't think this is going to magically go up in price. Again, it's literally just one weapon. Yeah, it's awkward, but I don't think an AK is going to magically cause this to go up in price and be super expensive. There's hardly any of them on the Steam market, which I will point out, but yeah. I'm actually surprised this didn't take off a whole lot more because, you know, transparency. Surely, because it's transparent, I can see more. No, It's just silly. But anyway, no. I don't think this is going to have that much of an impact. Cool looking skin. I like it for what it is, but it's just, I know it's not going to really cause a massive surge in demand for the already existing skin. So, best of luck to you too. And then we have the rocket launcher, the comics rocket launcher, that is. So, yep, comics collection. Another continuation potentially. Let's see if this works out. And let's talk about the comics collection. So earlier this year, we had the likes of the hoodie and pants being accepted, sold a lot. We also had the boots and gloves, sold a lot. We never saw that tier 2 or tier 3 armour being accepted. I don't know. I'm under the impression that if Legacy submitted that early next year, that probably might be accepted. Maybe he's only allowed to have like one core piece being accepted at the early point of every year. He just has to wait a year. Like, at the end of the day, if it's like 100% certain that's going to be the case, then, he's probably guaranteed to make a ton of money every single year at a specific point. So, Legacy, for February 2024, submit your tier 2 or tier 3 armor, see what happens. Maybe I've figured out a pattern. We shall see. Anyway, let's talk about the rocket launcher. Will it cause any of this to go up in price? I don't think so, no. But it might do well by itself because we have not seen a marketable rocket launcher skin this year. Yet, very weirdly, we have not really seen any rocket launchers. We've had one being given away for free. Yep, we had the Silver one, but last year we had a decent amount. We had free, and the year before that we had free, and then, It's weird. Why do we not see that many skins being accepted anymore for it? I don't know. Well, if you happen to like this one, it says bada boom. Please consider voting yes or no for Legacy's Comics Rocket Launcher. And with that, that was the final weapon and tool skin to talk about. Gentlemen, which was your favourite skin of this week? Which one do you reckon has the best chances in potentially being accepted in the next Rust stores? Feel free to sit there and discuss that. I'm going to take a real quick drink. Cool. Alright, so we're just over an hour. I thought I had good pace. I think I'm going to be alright. I think we can wrap this up in another 10 minutes. There are some talking points though. Well, you know what? There's actually quite a lot to talk about, to be honest, but we'll try our best to get through it all. So, let's proceed. Right, gentlemen, so it's time for the clothing and armour. Let's get to it. Do you desire to be a big, shiny, purple eggplant? Well, Mr. PYH has decided to take a break from his banana skins, and he has brought to you your desires. Yes, you too can be such a big, girthy eggplant. Yes. Isn't it exquisite, people? Why did you pick... You took a screenshot with your... Useless. Bad kitties. Bad kitty. Right. Don't worry, I know who he is. Yep. It's straightforward. You can see what it is. If you happen to like this goofy idea, then please consider voting yes or no for eggplant poncho and boonie hat. Then we have some burlap skins. We have a jacket, we have some hoodie and pants to talk about, and we have continuations to talk about. Luxury burlap shirt and pants. Let's go take a look at this. So, made by MM. Get a good look at this. Do you think you're made of money? Well, why not show it? Yes, we have the money shirt. We have the luxury burlap set. Oh, wait, no, that's a perfect picture. Oh, that actually looks really cool. Are you all about business? Do you need to shut off? Do you need to express yourself? Well, this is the set for you. Mr. MM has provided you a very cool-looking burlap set, and if you happen to be a fan of this, well, please consider voting yes or no for luxury burlap shirt and luxury burlap pants. Very nice, very cool, and I think people would appreciate that quite a lot. Best of luck to you, Mr. MM. Right. Then we have a continuation right standing in front of us. It is another clothing piece for the likes of the training collection. So it wasn't too long ago that we just had the likes of those gloves being accepted. And this is a already well-established full collection. All the core pieces are there. We have boots, we have gloves, we've got weapons. Things are nice. But could we potentially see the likes of a jacket skin being accepted? Now, 2 years ago, one was submitted, wasn't accepted, awkward. But now we've got another attempt. What do you reckon? Do you need to have a jacket skin? Because we already had 2 this year. Oh, mate, could you imagine? But also, what's the price of the likes of the blackout jacket? I swear we have a blackout jacket, right? Blackout. Do we? Yes, we do. How expensive is it? Okay, so that's $8.50. Ha. I think a lot of people really would appreciate a training jacket. Yeah, I have a hunch I have a hunch. Anyway. No, I don't think this is going to have that much of an impact on the other skins that already exist. So, plus the training skins are kind of expensive, so I kind of wouldn't really jump onto it. Maybe we do get some primitive skins though. We should see. But yeah, if you happen to like what you see right here, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Mishka and Mr. Swansba. Then we've got the Primal Hunter hoodie and pants. This is made by Algorithm and Barurik. Get a good look at this. Got all like the tooth necklace, a bandolier on the sides. It's all stitched up from whatever he's hunted. Pretty cool approach, pretty cool design. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Do you desire to be a true primal hunter and lose all of your hair? Then consider voting yes or no for the primal hunter. Do you lose your hair with the set? Probably. But you're so manly that it's, it has to happen. Become the primal hunter. Yes. Right, so best of luck to you too. And then we have the autumn cover hoodie and pants. This is made by Mr. Verona. Get a Google at this. Is it supposed to kind of emulate like a straw, straw like hat type of designs or something? I don't fully know. Is it supposed to emulate like a basket? I don't fully know. Wait, what's that on the side? What's that on the back? Are those eyes? I don't know what this is. I don't have any reference images either. I'm a little bit confused. What do you reckon this is? Autumn cover hoodie and pants. Is it like something that's supposed to keep you warm and you put the hood over your head and you look like an alien for some reason? I don't know. Mr. Rhino. I'm very sorry. Feel free to comment if you happen to watch me, and feel free to say what the explanation is. I've got nothing wrong with it. It wouldn't be like a bad idea to see like a nice autumn themed skin, but you do have competition, and we're going to be talking about that right now. So before we move on to that, please consider voting yes or no for the autumn cover hoodie and pants made by Mr. Verona. But yeah, we got some notable continuations to talk about. We have Sand Rhino version 2, and we have Abyss hoodie and pants. So we've already basically talked about Sand Rhino. That was about 2 weeks ago. I will just point out what are the changes onto this. He made it a bit more lean, and we don't have the diaper arse anymore. Yep, we don't have a padded arse anymore. I know. I'm sad too. But yeah, the big fat padded arse is now gone. It's a whole lot more lean, and well, hey, if you're looking for a budget option in comparison to the likes of that Desert Raiders set, maybe you'd like to see these hoodie and pants being accepted. Goes very nicely with that tier 3 armor that we had accepted not too long ago. But yeah, there are a lot of hoodie and pants that are just like vying to be accepted over the course of the next few weeks. And well, we will talk about the next one in a second. But yeah. That tier 3 armor, if we see the hoodie and pants being accepted, or with that being a core piece, what happens when we see a new core piece being accepted? The pre-existing core pieces will spike in demand and spike in price. These are still holding their value at the moment. If we do see the hoodie and pants being accepted, all the better for this. This did not sell that much. On the Steam market right now, apparently there's only 98 chest plates on there and 134 face masks. That could easily get deleted. And with only so many in circulation, the price of these could very easily potentially go up in price. So things are looking interesting. However, like I said, there is competition. What do we have here? We have Abyss hoodie and pants. Yes, the final core piece for the Abyss collection is standing right there in front of you. And this did get tweaked a fair bit. There was like 2 faces originally on the pants. People mentioned it looked a bit goofy. Little Ranger did tweak it a fair bit. So now this is what the design looks like. Get a good look at that. You might even say, wow, this is like a budget blackout option. Maybe. But, well, I mean, in the eye of the beholder. Right, so let's go take a look at the Abyss collection. So not too long ago, we had the tier 2, and wow, that kilt's holding up quite nicely. But yeah, main point is, if we see exactly like the Sand Rhino, if a new core piece is accepted, aka the hoodie and pants, of course, all of this is going to go up in price. Even the tier 3. Tier 3 is struggling at the moment because the amount of sales that these had in comparison to these just doesn't really add up that much. It's a bit awkward for these. Plus, there's like 250 of them on the Steam market. Awkward, but a complete collection, that will definitely help heal the tier 3 armor. And as time goes on, yes, this whole collection will most likely be all in the positive post-Christmas time. That furnace is still holding up very nicely, so all the better to it. Right then, so Yes, Abyss collection is looking to be very appetizing at the moment. So, yep, very cool, very cool. Let's now go take a look at all this Tier 2 armor. We have one new set and two continuations. So, let's now start talking about the Doodle Colourful Coffee Can Helmet, Vest, and of course the kilt. So, Mr. Sadist, I'm going to sit here and say it's a bit of an awkward time, buddy. We got a lot of very active collections at the moment. In terms of what's hopefully trying to get accepted for a clothing and armour slot, you have the likes of Abyss, Sand Rhino, Ronin, Ghillie Suit, High Quality Metal, Banana. I'm pretty sure I might have said the same thing over and over. There's a lot. And, well, it's a bit awkward in terms of... could you potentially get a brand new collection started? Oh, I guess you could also say training. Things are awkward at the moment. It's cool looking design. It's just there's a lot of active collections at the moment. Bit awkward. But hey, it doesn't mean you can't set up a version 2 in the future if this doesn't get accepted. Don't give up. All right? You could still try. Who knows? This still potentially could be accepted. And you know how we can help? You can consider voting yes or no. So if you happen to like this design, this turquoisey, yellowish, greeny design, please consider voting yes or no for Sadist's Doodle Colourful set. And I think all the images are the same. It looks like it. Yeah. So, yeah. If you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. That was the wrong picture. This one. Thank you. I'm useless. Sorry. Right, so moving on. Yes, we have a continuation of the Pita poncho. Yeah, so like very randomly, Mnemonic Man, instead of like continuing even more like primitive skins, we did get the bandana, but like, why not do hide and like burlap and whatnot? Nope, just immediately tier 3. Okay. Yeah. If this were to be accepted, could you potentially see the likes of that poncho go up in price? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. So Pita. I don't know if primitive skins will go up in price if a core piece is accepted. Right now, what price are you currently selling for? 64 cents. That's a little bit awkward. I don't imagine it's going to go up in price. And, you know, it would be weird to see another brand new collection being accepted right now and the Tier 2 being accepted before the likes of the Tier 3 armor. That would be weird. I don't know what else to say, to be honest. This was also submitted very late. I'm not sure if it's going to be counted in the list for next week, top picks list, but we shall see. If you happen to like Pita, please consider voting yes or no for this Tier 2 armor. Best of luck to you, Mr. Mnemonic Man. So, Yep, you get the idea. And as I said just a minute ago, Ronin is one of the current active collections that's trying to get an acceptance. So literally just about a week ago, we had the Ronin Tier 3 being accepted. A very cool, nice Oni-style red Tier 3 armor. And then literally the week after, we had Redemption Tier 3. Awkward. Yep, I know. Well, what you see right here is Ronin Tier 2. So again, continuation, core piece, and what do we expect if a core piece is expected? If there are any core pieces that already exist, they will spike in demand and spike in price. So as we look over to here, oh, no, Ronin, there you go. So yeah, Ronin Tier 3 isn't holding up very nicely. As I said, literally the week after, another red set was immediately accepted. It's a lot more shinier and, maybe more fashionable, I guess you could say. But doesn't matter. If we do see a continuation being accepted, all the better for this. We just need to see it actually happen. The thing is, though, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing some more Redemption clothing and armor pieces being made soon. So they're technically competing with each other, yeah. Which will be the red collection that will complete itself. Let's find out. If you are in support of Ronin Tier 2, then I'm going to ask you, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Bad Trip and Hulk. So yeah, one more good look. And we shall see who will win between the red collections. And with that, that's all the skins, all the clothing and armor skins, and all of the skins this week. So please consider commenting, saying which was your most favourite clothing and armor skin this week, which one do you reckon has the best chance of potentially being accepted. And you know what, overall, out of all the skins, which one was your most favourite, which one do you reckon has the best chance of being accepted? Feel free to sit there and say that. We just went through 95 skins. One of them's a little bit awkward, which I'm going to need to remove from this collection, and there's a reason why. So you probably noticed that we got some Halloween skins here. What's going on? what is going on? Well, if we just look over to the collections, you'll notice that the Halloween contest technically has begun. So this was literally just set up today, and what it appears to be, it's slightly different compared to last year. All the skin creators are able to submit a skin, and we're probably going to end up with maybe 150 plus. That's not going to be too surprising, I'm sure. And what it is the first Halloween week, which should be October 19th, it's going to be a contest. So the I guess you could say the best or the winners out of that contest will be the skins that are picked for the first week. But for the second week, it doesn't look like last year. So last year we had a second round of extra Halloween skins being made. Apparently this year they're just going to take from the same batch. So it looks like skin creators are going to have like 2 weeks off. So they just have to submit a Halloween skin up until October 11th. So October 11th, 11:59 PST time. Okay, that's cool. So they basically got 2 weeks. Yep. Very cool. Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, you should keep an eye on all of this. Sorry, I was a little bit confused in a moment, but yeah. These two skins appear to be the first instances of Rust-tober, or more specifically, Halloween Rust 2023. So yep, get a good quick look at them. You saw them, so I thought, okay, I'm going to have to show it off to you, but yeah. Cool looking skins to start off the Halloween batch, so don't forget, please consider taking a look at all of this, and don't forget to say thank you to TGG for making sure this is all neatly presentable and whatnot. Now, I should also quickly mention, some people have been asking what's going on in regards to the Twitch drops for October. You're referring to the Charitable Rust event. So basically, if you can remember this, I made a video talking about it, didn't I? We can quickly hop over to here. Oh, there you go. Videos. Scrolling down, where is it? It's the beginning of September. Have I gone too far down? I think I did. Oh, here it is. Yep. We did a Rust Workshop skin checks looking at all of the Charitable Rust 2023 contest submissions. There is loads of chapters that you can easily skip to if you really want to. But hopping back over to here, basically we have 54 submissions for skins made in reference to charity water. Charitable Rust this year is helping getting donations for charity water. So we got a lot of water themed skins. Out of all of these 54 skins, some of these are going to be winners, and they're going to be the Twitch drops for the Charitable Rust event. And we've got some very interesting skins here. One of the most direct, goofy ones was the likes of this water jug satchel, so maybe that, or maybe the likes of this very cool looking AK-47 made by Ghost. That looks really cool, straight to the point and very nice. We got a very nice looking Thompson skin right here made by Mr. PYH. You've also got the likes of very cool looking double wooden door there. Yep, very cool. And yes, it's transparent, you can see through the portholes. Very cool. And yeah, you can see the GIF here. And yeah, that should be very nice and illustrated. Morphus, did you submit a skin this week? Did you? Huh, okay. I'm a little bit confused there. You're definitely going to get a water purifier. I'm pretty sure for charity water, you're probably going to get a water purifier skin. I wouldn't even question that. You got quite a lot of goofy fridge skins here. Hey, would you like to have a fridge full of water? Wow. Yes, that's cool. Yes, that's very cool. So, yep, that potentially could be a winner. Who knows? Who knows? You can go through all of these in your own time. You could offer some nice comments. I don't think votes are going to matter that much. But, yeah, that's a very cool looking sleeping bag right there. I think that's got a pretty decent chance of being accepted. So, yep, consider giving a good look at all of these. These are the skins that are in contention to being your Twitch drops for October. So, yeah, I believe we're going to find out which skins are the winners with the Rust store next week. So for October Force Wipe, we'll have a blog post and we can read through it, and I wouldn't be surprised if the winners are announced in that blog post. So yeah, that's what we're going to look forward to. So yeah, now I think that's basically it. I think we talked about everything that was necessary, and yeah, best of luck to you and all of your investments. So are you going to make any moves today? Are you going to jump in on any collections? Yeah, I'm basically done. Tomorrow, Counter-Strike 2 is expected to properly release. So if you thought Ruskins were suffering now, oh, you just wait, buddy. You just wait. It might get a whole lot worse. I'm not joking. If we see new content come out with the release, I'm talking like a new case, new collection, stickers and whatnot, things are going to get awkward for us Rust Skin enjoyers. But don't forget, the bad times should end after October. When we enter November, you're going to start noticing some skins going up in price, most notably the Christmas-themed ones. When we hit December, most of them should have risen up quite nicely. And post-Christmas, when we hit January 2024, things are hopefully going to be amazing for all of us. So as long as you kept all your investments and whatnot, so all good. So with that, best of luck to all of you on your investments. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit long, but we had a lot to discuss. So yeah, don't hate me. Shut up. Alright guys, catch you all later. Have a lovely week. See you all, and best of luck to all those skin creators. Best of luck to whoever potentially is going to get their first ever skin accepted this week. It's a pattern that tends to be fairly foolproof. Let me just quickly remind you, remember with this Bombshell Armour door being accepted, who just happened to get their first ever skin accepted during the same week? Mr. Yeah, right there. And if you were to look at every other Bombshell skin being accepted in previous Rust stores, you might notice that a skin creator got their first ever skin being accepted around the same time. So, yeah, that's a pattern I am expecting. So, cross your fingers and let's see what happens. So, yeah, catch you all later. See you and goodbye.